In July 2001, I met a young man from the Iraq. His name was Ibrahim. We quickly struck up a conversation. He got me. I said I was a Muslim and I replied that I was a Christian. He was concerned that the fact that being a Christian was a problem, but it was wrong. I was happy to be wrong. It was interesting that I didn't want to become a Muslim and he didn't try to convert me. Although he considered Muslims to be an exotic group, was interested in learning more about Islam. It was a good opportunity to learn more. I realized that I had before me a man who I could teach myself a lot about Islam, and I worked up the courage to ask him to do. That was my first encounter with Islam. In fact, my first step. After some time we parted ways and I didn't see him again, but the seed had been planted. I remember reading an interview with Muhammad Ali Silhavi, an old Czech Muslim, and became eager to get your address and write you a letter. Then came 9/11. Because of the political climate, I thought it wasn't the right time to contact Mr. Silhavi. I found myself with no way out. 2 months later I found courage to write a long letter to Mr. Silhavi. Sometime later he responded and sent a package containing Islamic literature and pamphlets. He told me that he had informed the Islamic Foundation in Prague about me and I asked them to send me the translation of the Quran. That was my beginning. Step by step, I learned that Islam is not a militant religion, but at the same time, on the contrary, it is a religion of peace. My questions were answered. Because of certain circumstances, it was only 3 years later that I decided to visit Mr. Silhavi. He demonstrated a lot of patience while explaining different subjects to me and suggested that I visit the Mosque of Brno, Czech Republic. When I went to the mosque in Brno, I feared that I would be seen as an outsider, an intruder. I was very surprised to see just the opposite. I met K and L, who were the first people who helped me. Of course, I found other brothers and sisters who welcomed me to the warmest way possible. I started researching all aspects of Islam and discovered how understandable and logical Islam is. Gradually I started to learn how to pray, and today I master prayer without problems, even in Arabic. I quit a bad habit that was not compatible with Islam. It was a player and good one. It was an uphill battle with myself, but with the help of God, I won. If I ever doubted my interest in Islam or if I could live as a Muslim, I know now that my interest is, and I consider myself one of them. It may seem very simple, but with the God's help I won this internal battle. I thought carefully before decide to embrace Islam definitively. To be honest, all year round 2003 and early 2004, was not completely sure how he would deal with right. I finally made up my mind. I'm not that young man from the beginning anymore of the 1990s. That's why today I feel very happy to be a Muslim. I finally feel free. I still have my imperfections, but I'm trying to correct myself. I believe that God will help me. Now, listen to what I mean, and I consider it my obligation. I believe in my heart and declare by the word that there is no other deity but God and that Muhammad is his messenger.